Welcome to Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. My name is Susan Roskoff. I am an ambassador here with Project Die Hard, and we are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central to find out what is going on this week in the world of Project Die Hard. There's a lot going on. You'd be amazed at how much happens in a week. There's a lot of happenings, and we want to make sure everybody knows what's all happening in this wheelhouse. You're going to be excited to hear these updates. I know Brian is prepared with a lot for us tonight. So I think my next order of business is to bring our founder and president, Brian Gibson, into the room here and share with us what is happening this week with Project Die Hard. So Brian, come on in.
Oh, hi, y'all.
How you doing?
Just doing. Got some decisions to make, so this is where I go first.
That is the best place to consult.
All right. Been a busy week, folks. Been a busy week. And it's going to get busier the next 2 weeks. So, thank you. God bless for all of our patrons and all those who help our mission. I'll roll right into this sharing the screen thing, and we will get rolling. Okay. How do we take that off? All right. Just a reminder. We are a faith-based, scripture-led veteran nonprofit. We work with the blessings we receive. All donations go to bring hope to heroes, the veterans. Financial records are available on request. I can't stress that enough. I was in meetings all day. Everybody goes, well, what about your financial records? You want them? They're there for you. And remember to pray, share, volunteer, and donate to this mission. Upcoming events, what we got coming up. This is why it's so important for you guys to join our team. Whether it is sitting behind a computer desk or swinging a hammer, everything helps. The big one coming up this week, May 15th, we are meeting with SIU Carbondale at 0930 hours. For all of our listeners, all of our volunteers, everything, the biggest thing we need out of that one is prayers for a good outcome. Okay? The team is all set. Susan will be there at that meeting. Why? Because Susan is a professor at a college. So who better to be in this meeting? See, I don't do this all by myself. I got a great team behind me. All right. May 18th, we're going to be spending time with our newest resource partner, the Mighty One, Tim Sternick. You've heard him. You've heard him. We've shared him out. He's been sharing our mission. He's coming to Nashville, Tennessee. And he goes, are you available to come down? I went, you're a resource partner. I'll make the time. So we're going down to see him play, break some bread with him, give him an update on the mission face to face. Maybe we might do a couple videos. Who knows? And that leads into May 19th. Since we're going to be down in the neighborhood, we're going to be worshiping with the Global Vision Bible Church, one of our ministry partners. Look them up. Come join us. Okay? We get out to wherever we can get. I enjoy when I get the opportunity to go and worship with our ministry partners, because it just builds that bond in the kingdom. It's great stuff. And then May 25th, the big one, the Fill the Can kickoff event. We need volunteers for that. There's a lot that goes into the background. We need people to look at serial numbers on cans, write them down, make sure everything's flowing. Yeah. Remember, together, everyone accomplishes more. We are invited to events nationwide all the time. The bigger the team, the more hope we can bring. Susan, where do you live again?
Wisconsin.
Where's Project Die Hard based?
Not Wisconsin yet. You guys are
Okay, but you see here, folks, doesn't matter where you're from. I guarantee you, if an event within an hour of Susan and Kurt's location, if somebody said, hey, I need Die Hard there, I could call out and say, can you do this weekend? And they'll be, yep, we're on it. See, that's what it takes. All right. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, folks. Our community support members eat all they can. They're overflowing with as much as they eat. But we need more. We need more ministry partners, resource partners, mission suppliers, facility suppliers. Now, understand, we will only take the best for those who we serve. So there's plenty of benefits to joining our community support programs. Plenty. But if you want more info, you got to go and email ambassador@projectdiehard.org. They're going to take you through the process. Patrons. I put it out on my personal page the other day. I saw this thing. And my team hears it all the time. It's 100% no if you don't ask the question. It's a 50-50 of a yes when you do. That's why we always ask. Help, volunteer, right? It's why we're always asking. We're asking people to become a monthly patron. Any amount helps. It supports our facilities and our outreach programs. Remember, our financial records are available upon request, and no leader receives a salary. When you become a monthly patron, you are helping us support our partners, our mission suppliers, our facility suppliers, our resource partners, our ministry partners, because we share our resources. So when you donate to us, it's going in the right spot. All right, let's go to the big thing. Here it is, the Fill the Can Challenge. May 10th was the last day you could enter. It was tough. I actually had the team sent me one. Do we let them in or not? And I go, what time was the cutoff? They said midnight. I said, what time the email come in? 3 a.m. Sorry. Let them know for next year. Yeah, I'm a stickler on procedure. When we set a date and a time, that's the date and the time. Okay. If we got your email before midnight, you got an email saying, fill this out, send this back, boom, and you're in. But hey, that's what it is. This is our annual fundraiser. This gives us the necessary funding to continue this mission. This is our one big push. And we are blessed. Since 2018, we've been doing this. This year, the winning champion receives, of course, their name on the traveling trophy. You get featured on the Disability Channel, one of our resource partners, reaching over 1 million people in a month. You can't beat that with a stick. You get a video from Santa Claus. It is either going to be a birthday video for your children, a Christmas video for your company, but it's from Santa. Can you beat that?
You cannot beat that.
Okay. 4 tickets to a show. Yeah, it's here in Kentucky, but hey, there are some pretty good big stars back in the day. So, Gen Xers, you heard of them. You can come. All right, let's roll through this. We have the first 2 head-to-head competitions. We're going to start with the Dallas-Fort Worth Veteran Chamber of Commerce. They entered the call and challenged the Houston Veteran Chamber of Commerce. So they are going head-to-head. There's where you can find them. Their cans, their virtual cans, will be available starting Memorial Day. So if you would like to support one of those great organizations, hey, stay tuned to ours, watch theirs. This year's going to be great. Then we have Third Day Coffee Seguin. You know those guys. If you've been to the FOB, you've had their coffee, right? And Master Blaster Coffee. These are 2 veteran coffee companies that said, I'll take you on. We're good. So there's our first 2 head-to-heads. We're still figuring out the fine-tuning on how we're going to keep everybody informed because I don't know, and we don't, it's complicated. All right. Our next set of head-to-heads. We have Community Pay It Forward. You've seen them on our shows. I've been on their shows, right? And you know Richard Kaufman, the Comeback King from Vertical Momentum Podcast. So we have 2 veteran podcasters going head-to-head. This should be interesting. And then, of course, we have our resource partner, the Disability Channel, they said, hey, we're going to join that. Okay. And Tim, the Mighty Ones, they said they're going to take on the Disability Channel because they know each other. They're, this should be fun with these head-to-heads. Now, these are all virtual cans, okay? This is new this year. And here we are, the big head-to-head. The World of Ability. That's right. Susan got them to hop on board and live creatively diva. Oh, I can't wait to be a fly on the wall for some of these discussions because I know they share some space together on different podcasts, on weekly events. Ooh, I'm just going to have to tune in to hear the smack being talked.
It's coming. You know it's coming.
I know it is, but wow, that's going to be a good one. Now, you cannot decide which one of these outstanding organizations you want to see win. Memorial Day, it'll launch. We will have the General Can Fund. It'll be just like every other Fill the Can challenge that the participants are putting out, but that will go directly into a general fund that will be divided between all the participants at the end of the competition. Okay? We figure that's the fairest way to do it. All right, so that was our virtual can. Now, if you're in the neck of the woods of Project Die Hard or Forward Operating Base Rush, there's some other ways you can give. You can stop by any one of these locations and they will have a can there. Veterans of Foreign War Post 1191 of Paducah, Kentucky said, we're answering the call, we're going to help. Something about they want the tickets and the trophy. Okay. You all know Sandy from the Kentucky Veteran and Patriot Museum. We were just out there a couple weeks ago. She said, oh, no, we're going to hop on this too. And they called out, because you look here, Wycliffe and Wycliffe. Wycliffe is this little town. They called out Napa, and Napa answered. So they're doing a head-to-head. I don't know. Hughes Market. They have entered every year since we started. Folks, I how do I say this without sounding to make it fair? They've entered every year. Let's do what we can to really maybe get their name on the trophy. I can't interject anywhere. I'm so neutral in this, it's pitiful. My job is just to shout it out. Then we have the Cabin Connections of Paducah, Kentucky. I got Hughes Market twice, didn't I?
You just want to make sure they get noticed.
Okay. It's been a long day, but again, that must be something in my subconscious that says they need a little bit of push. So we got Cabin Connections, great people. right? When you become a patron of us, you're helping support them. And then we have Chase Motors. They've been a participant every year since we started. Okay. So my head to head would be between Hughes and Chase because they're the. And then our big head to head here locally is Linwood Motors and the Rock Royal Oaks Chevrolet. These are the biggest auto dealers in Paducah. And they're going head to head. So you can go to any one of those places. They're going to have a can out. Donate into that can. And for every dollar you give, that's like a vote for them. Who do you want to see win? Now, if you're in the neighborhood, May 25th, come join us at the Fill the Can kickoff event. This is where all of our participants that are picking up a can are coming to pick up their cans. We have invited all of our ministry partners. We're going to have a good old time. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You have a question about the mission, you want to come learn about it, come on, join us. We're going to have some great godly people there. We might get some music. I don't know. I'm not. Die Hard's part of that is handing out cans. We will be talking more about that kickoff event next Monday because that's going to be the deep dive on the update. We'll cruise over the participants again, but be sure to follow us on our social medias. That's the best way to find out about us. And that's the update, folks.
I am so excited to see where this goes. This is going to be fun to watch. And I don't know, you think some of those head-to-head local cans, are they going to go and rock each other's can to see how full is this thing?
I don't know. I don't know. Part of the rules is during the Fill the Can Challenge, if you're a participant, we cannot interact with you. We cannot set up an event at your establishment, any of that, because it's a competition.
You got to keep it fair.
I got to keep it fair. If I go to one of these participants and do a live video to all of our people, I'd have to go to every one and do it.
That'd be awesome, but you don't have that many hours to do
Yeah, I don't. As much as I would love to, I just can't do that. Hold on, what's this?
I'm just posting up here again to visit projectdiehard.org and you can take a look at what's all going on. You can that's the place to go. If you want to know more about Project Die Hard, check out the website. And to keep updated on all these things, find our YouTube channel, find our Facebook page. We're really easy to find because it's just search for Project Die Hard. You'll find us. It's easy. If you need help, reach out. But
Yeah, this is so easy. A Marine could do it.
no, you should have challenged them.
We'll get there. We will get there with this Fill the Can challenge. This I guarantee. We will get there. I can't wait till we get to the point where we have all the branches competing
I like that.
for the big Department of Defense trophy. I'm already working on the design in my head on that one.
I love that.
They might need a semi truck to move it.
No, just a little one. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's fantastic. So next year, right?
God willing. God willing. That's the whole key here, folks. We've been doing this going on 8 years.
And have you ever had this many participants?
No.
So this is a record year. Let's make it be a massive record breaker on all fronts.
Yeah. This is the epitome of wow. Again, I can't stress the need for volunteers. This is the biggest Fill the Can challenge to date. The bigger it gets, there's more things that need to get done. And the team is getting taxed. They're getting, with everything else they're doing, this Fill the Can challenge is just a fundraising event. There's other things the team does with businesses and marketing, Susan with colleges, and look. But this is a big event. This is the big push. So we have to put a little bit more energy behind this big push. Right? This is why your help is needed. So what are we going to talk about? Because your cohort is on that other thing. I saw him somewhere with Santa somewhere.
He just had a podcast that they did just before this one, actually. So a VIP session with Santa Papa John, and it was awesome. It's going to be weekly, 5 p.m. Central. So he's got that going on so people can connect with him.
All right. Hey, set that up for me. I want to be on that one.
Excellent. That is easy to do.
I want to be on that one so I can thank him on all his followers personally and say thank you and God bless. That would be.
He's amazing. He actually has a TikTok channel. I don't have TikTok. That's one I haven't crossed that line yet. I've got family members that do. Well, not plural, singular. And I know that when Santa Papa John was doing a live broadcast on TikTok recently, I am blown away by the number of people who were messaging on there and asking for shout outs and all, just amazing how many lives he can touch in a short amount of time. So I was very impressed by all that. That was fun to see, and I think he said he's going to be on later tonight. So I got to figure out how to clue in and see that, and he responds. It's like if somebody says on there, can you say happy birthday to my friend? He will read it. He will do that, and he just
look, Sam's
awesome.
A great guy. I can't wait till we do a thing that we can get him to a property or do a big social media event, have him come in, and the ultimate dream there is to have him at a facility for a Christmas party. That would be the ultimate thing, because then I'm thinking, what a way to get the fobs interacting to say, what do we do to have them win Santa coming to their party?
Ooh, ooh. I like how you think.
I, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people say, dude, how are you going to run a multi-million-dollar nonprofit? I don't know. I don't. God does. I'm just the steward. But I think I make pretty good judgment calls.
Oh, and there is the link for how to find that. I see Kurt's popping in here in the background. Here, I'm going to show that briefly here because if anyone is interested in figuring out how to, how to hop on there. So, Kurt, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on in here so you can say hello as well. Join the party. But yeah, the TikTok channel there is at Santa Papa John. It's super easy to find.
Life is good. Let's make it better. Drew. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who he is. Okay. We're good there. All right. On that, folks, that was my update. We got to chat a little bit. Kurt's here now. But I got to get rolling out because I got a lot to do. Back in the green room, Susan and I were talking, and I'm going to have to do something that she despises. I will let her explain that. But on that note, brothers and sisters, do not give up. Do not quit. We are growing. We will have a facility up and running in no time. I just feel it this year. I thank everybody that helps us, supports us. I say thank you and God bless. And I will see you next Monday, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Because if the rapture coming, I know where I'm going. I'm just saying. Y'all have a safe and blessed one. Die Hard 6 out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. I'm so grateful for all the things you bring here and for all the updates that you just shared. And yeah, go have fun reading all those contracts, all that legal speak, that reading the details of all that is just like eye glazing for me. It's like I can do it if I have to, but rather not. So grateful that you're willing. Have fun. So anyway, while he's off doing all those detaily things, we get to still have some fun on here. So Kurt, glad you're joining us. He just gave us all those updates on who is challenging who with the fill the can challenge and the whether it's physical cans or virtual cans. And you know that Diva and I are going head to head in the process, right? I hear some
There you
trash
go.
talk coming. Wait. So, and I did mention earlier too that there's a new event going on here with Santa Papa John that was just what was it, 2 hours ago here? It was at 5 o'clock Central. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that's all about, what he's doing?
Yeah, it's just a way that we can rally around him, and with the networking that we do together, and he's on his trail, we're on ours, but we tend to connect into similar contacts that we just got to where it made sense to me to have an invitational event. So we just offered to him to come on our Zoom, and we could post up some LinkedIn event entries and add people to the guest lists and do things on the Facebook side, Eventbrite side, and just kind of get some exposure. Like, hey, come and join Santa, and a little VIP panel discussion, collaborating. In the mantra of how he's working to spread smiles around the world in the Santa program. So it's become another opportunity to highlight Project Die Hard because we're part of the family, as he says. And so, yeah, great events. So we had a handful of our friends there, and they all had good ideas. And, there's a few of them that said, they're not Santa proof yet. But that to me was an accomplishment. They just kind of said yet to kind of show, that they're kind of tracking to get there. So that's all good. So we're talking marketing. And so we had marketing services, legal services, financial services represented. And so it was a good collaborative chat. It's all available on some of the same live streaming platforms. Like my LinkedIn and Facebook profile and our World of Ability podcast YouTube channel and stuff like that. So people can go out there and see it. So it's under the mantra of Santa Papa John, VIP panel discussion, brainstorming, mastermind, type description. So yeah, and our handle on YouTube is @Ability Network, youtube.com/@Ability Network, where some people are catching this discussion right now as well.
Excellent. Yeah, because it is a thing here that we are spreading the word far and wide, because the big push right now, we need volunteers. There's that adage of, do you want 100% effort of one person, or do you want 1% effort of 100 people? And hands down, give me 100 people, each giving just 1%. I will take that. I would love that. This mission would grow so much faster if we could do that. This whole idea of networking, we do a lot of networking, right? We go out, we have a Happy Business Network, we have these different podcasts that we work with. A lot of that is, who do you know? And meeting new people and finding connections. And you find out that this person needs this thing. And hey, I got this other person I know that you guys need to meet. That is a lot of what this mission is looking for right now. We have so many things that are coming really soon. Like the Fob Rush location, it's going to be opening for veterans to be able to actually stay there soon. And I use the word soon kind of loosely because there's some work that needs to be done before that can happen. But we want that to be by the end of the year, that is a reality. Well, how do we do that? Well, it's going to take more than just one person's 100% effort. It's going to take a lot of people giving a little effort. That's how that happens. The magic comes together when we have a lot of us participating and sharing and learning. And I've said before, we do not want Project Die Hard to be the best kept secret. We want everybody to know what the heck is Project Die Hard, right? So that is something, the more you can do just to get that word out there, the better. And with the Fill the Can project going on right now, this event is going to be huge. So again, the timeline on the event, the kickoff is on the 25th. So we have the Fill the Can challenge running from Memorial Day to Independence Day. I guess my biggest wish is, with all these different individuals and organizations that are hopping on the bandwagon of participating in the Fill the Can challenge, that we each are going to reach 100 people at minimum in what we're doing to spread the word and hopefully get some donations coming in. Because what is that going to do? Number one, obviously the donations. That money is needed in order for the organization to grow. We have renovations that need to happen. We have veterans breakfasts that are coming up. That happens once a month. And there's a lot of different pieces there that, in order for those things to happen, I mean, let's be real, it takes money for those things to happen. So that is going to be a massive stepping stone in what is needed to get to that point of the Fob Rush actually being open to veterans to be able to stay there. So if we can get that money coming in, and in the process, even if people are not necessarily in a position where they want to be donating right now, you know what? They will learn about what is Project Die Hard. And hopefully they can help point others to what this organization is and keep spreading the word, because it needs to spread like wildfire. This is a piece of this that we need to get that word out and get people coming on in and saying, hey, you know what, you guys need, you need somebody to help with, whatever it is. Even with our podcast, we could use some help on here. We would love somebody to help lining up guests to come on here, to help with getting the word out about what we're doing here. Start sharing us out on your social media. There's a lot of little pieces that don't take a lot of time, but it takes time. And if we had a few more people even helping with the podcast, do you want to get that kind of experience? Let us know. Reaching us is so easy. See down below here, it says Susan at projectdiehard.org, or over here, Kurt at projectdiehard.org. Go ahead and reach out to us. Let us know what, first of all, just ask some questions. Let's have a conversation and see what we can do to fit. And I guarantee whatever your interest is, we should be able to find a way to combine what's going on with Project Die Hard and what your interest may be, and to make some magic happen there. So Kurt, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's what it takes. And sometimes we can overlook some simple things that, for volunteering, like while we're on the show, we can say, react, comment, and share. So we've enjoyed while we're on the show. We've had some of our friends of Project Die Hard go ahead and put up a comment in there that is very valuable. That helps us in the algorithms. Like right now, I was noticing a few viewers coming through our different Facebooks, through my Facebook, your Facebook, Sue, the Project Die Hard Facebook. It all adds up. And, again, if we have this mantra of react, comment, and share, the sharing part is huge. And if we can, when we share it out, if we can ask our Facebook friends, our YouTube followers, our LinkedIn following, so on and so forth, we can ask our reaches, to please do the same, react, comment, and share, and help us with some viral positioning, to really get it out there. I just came from, a posting party where that is what we do with each other's posts. So I was together with, about 8 people in the posting party. And so the other 7 people shared with me their links. So I went one by one through the 7 posts for the other people. And I went into their post and I reacted, comment, and shared. Well, I didn't necessarily share. I mean, some of them are good to share, but some of them are just their deal. So I didn't share it. But even that was just reacting and commenting. Yeah, Brian Gibson, here has teamwork makes the dream work. And that's especially how the social media algorithms work, is teaming up, being out there to team up with us, to be the incremental person, another gateway, pathway, extension of what we do. That, Sue and I are here doing what we can, but, if you could help reach to your contacts, we're putting this out there to ours and getting out there to some degrees of separation. Because the idea is, age-old thing is, if you go 6 degrees of separation, you've got the 8 billion people on the planet, by everybody reaching out 6 degrees. So, if we can all do that to kind of get that 2nd and 3rd degree motion going, that could yield something very tremendous for the work we're doing here at Project Die Hard. And, that can come into the mantra of volunteering. Because if anybody out there would be like, wow, I'd be willing to do that on a weekly basis. Well, email us, volunteer@projectdiehard.org. If you want to react directly to me, Kurt at projectdiehard.org. If you want to react to anything Sue said directly, Susan at projectdiehard.org. If it's for us here on the podcasting mantra, like Sue said, help here, Monday at projectdiehard.org. We're trying to make this as easy as possible, that this can be an all hands on deck initiative, to really help us get to the masses, because this is a massive issue. One life is too many. And when you look at the statistics, it's really heartbreaking. to really look at where the numbers are at. It's downright scary, when you really look at it. It's like, wow, this is just really, one of these, like Brian says, losing, the fight to the demons. So this is where we are looking for all the good people out there, all the good, bright souls, optimistic people with any sort of goodwill, and say, hey, would you be so kind to come and join us in supporting veterans?
Excellent. And I see Brian putting a note in there too. Trust but verify. Absolutely. We that's a good mantra to live by. Trust but verify. So, and can I share a story? I'm in storytelling mode. Last weekend was the graduation ceremonies at Carroll University where I work. And the keynote speaker at the event actually had he was really good. He's a graduate of Carroll back in, actually I've got the program here. He was a graduate in 1982. And one of the stories he told, it just struck me, because we'll have good days, we'll have bad days. Life is just a roller coaster, right? There's a lot going on. He told a story that really kind of struck me that I wanted to share. So when he was a student at Carroll, he was on the football team, and he was the guy who kicks the ball. He's the kicker. So he he said there was a day where they had a game, and there was like a 50-mile-an-hour wind going. So it was an unusual game because they were dealing with elements, Mother Nature. You never know what you're going to get sometimes, right? Well, the first half of the game, the wind was at his back. And at one point he was punting, and his kick went 70 yards because the wind's at his back, and the wind helped him out a lot. That was like a record-setting kick for the whole season. It went 70 yards. But you know what happened? Well, second half happened. Second half. What happens when you're getting to second half? You're now going the other direction, right? He's in the meantime here, after I loved how he told the story where, he kicked this big, massive kick, and he's starting to have thoughts of, maybe the Packers are going to want me. I'm having the best game of my whole career here at this. Okay. Second half comes. He's got to kick again. That wind, 50-mile-an-hour wind, is now in his face, and he's kicking into the wind. Guess what happens as he does the same kick, but into the wind? That ball starts going forward, but lands behind him. Can you imagine that? You're the kicker. The wind is so strong that the ball that you just kicked, and the last time you kicked it, went 70 yards because it was with the wind. Now you're kicking into the wind. It literally landed behind him. Okay, so when he said over the course of that entire game, it still averaged out. He averaged, around 35 yards per kick by the time the game was done, which he said actually for his season, that really was kind of average for his season. So what his moral of the story with all that is really, don't get too full of yourself, but also don't get too down on yourself, because life happens. Sometimes the wind is with you. Sometimes it's against you. But you know what? In the end, it's all going to work out fine. He still had a great season. The whole thing kept him humble, but kept it real, kept it exciting. And that's just kind of the way life is, right? And I absolutely love that story. It was so simple, yet, like I said, when I was sitting there listening, I was like, wow. I love, I'm sorry, we're in Wisconsin. We're Packer fans. So there's a big piece, I actually, Ray Nitschke's on the wall right out here. So we are kind of diehard fans in this area. And having that kind of a comparison mentioned was just perfect for that event. So I just want to share that out because I hope that means something to somebody else besides just me. It was awesome. So, and I'm going to ask you, Kurt, when you hear a story like that, you've got football in your history. So what do you think?
Yeah, it is, it really is instructive to think of, the football field and football experiences, and then you can start thinking of other sports as well. But yeah, I mean, when you go into it, your frontline train of thought is, your opponent and what you got to do with the other team. But yeah, it does get interesting where Mother Nature can be favorable or not favorable, and the other factors. So yeah, whether it's the people side of it or the environmental factors, and running a nonprofit, it has that analogous view too, that we're trying to talk about volunteers and managing the finances, and then you got the operations, you got the grounds, you got Mother Nature. We're using Mother Nature to be part of the therapeutic process, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the message there, that sometimes things are at your favor and sometimes you're dealing with adversity, and you kind of got to be ready to persevere, or be grateful to have the gratitude when you really fell into some luck. We got Brian here saying thank you and God bless Joe Mindek for your time today. So so that's kind of what happens is through people thinking of the mission, understanding I'm an ambassador here, and then being like, well, hey, this Joe, he's involved with veteran services. Maybe you guys want to be connected. And sure enough, I had a conversation with him, and then kind of figured out that he's a pretty resourceful guy, a pretty good experience with their veteran service organization. And I'm taking a hint here that the two of them had some good shop talk and exchanges and collaboration in veteran service business, nonprofit management stuff, and networking, and getting to some good contacts, looking at some other organizations that might be able to have an uplifting boost. And that's what it takes. I think that's what we need to do in veteran services, is we need to pool our resources, because our end game is the same. We're trying to do better for all of our vets. So why not join together and share and compare notes, and give each other guidance, that if the journey of one group has advances stronger in one area than another, and the other veteran service organization making headway differently, and to be able to pool that together, and then kind of put together the full favor possible, and it takes that mindset to really see what do we got here. And Brian really is here with us as president, and he's not afraid to ask for it. And the whole mantra of if you don't ask for it, well, that's pretty much you just gave yourself a no. So that type of thing. And I think the football field thing is the same way, that it's the old thing, if you can defeat yourself. And I think that's what we're aiming for here, is to say, let's as we're volunteering and being on the journey, enjoy the journey, and try to be a positive impact on each other. One of the groups we follow is called Pulling Each Other Along, and I think there's a little bit of that. But your story about the football field, that's really within our own journey. And and in terms of veterans in dark places, I guess that's a little bit of what we're aiming for here, is just figure it's just you're feeling the wind in your face, and like you're saying, Sue, the wind can change around. Your story is at first was favorable and then unfavorable, but it could be the other way around. It could be now it's unfavorable, and just endure time, and be there for when the wind turns favorable for you. In that analogy, right?
Agreed. Yeah, because there's always circumstances that are beyond our control. Something like the wind and the direction of the wind on a day, that's beyond our control. But you can set yourself up, hopefully, for success as much as you're able, as much as you can have that wind at your back. I truly hope that the whole idea of what we're doing with the Fill the Can Challenge will create that a similar analogy here of that will be the wind at our back, where we can be propelling forward as we come out of this Fill the Can Challenge, that we'll have more people knowing about this organization, that we'll have more volunteers, that we'll have the funds needed to do the next steps in what this organization is looking for. So there are so many good things that are going to be coming out of this. I feel very strong that there's going to be this virtual wind taking place at our backs that will be pushing everything forward in a good direction. And I'm so excited to see where this all goes and the camaraderie that's going to come out of this, those head-to-head challenges. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some. I'm waiting to hear what trash talk's gonna be happening here on on the social media, and I mean lighthearted, but you know what I'm saying. The challenge of the different veteran organizations, the different podcast groups, the different pieces that are going to be happening here, going head to head and challenging each other on who's going to raise the most money. And I'm going to add to that, who's going to get the word out the furthest and fastest about what's going on here. There's a lot of positive that's going to come from this. And this time between Memorial Day and Independence Day is gonna be here quickly. It's only 2 weeks away for this to begin, and that time is gonna go fast. So I was just gonna say, I wonder if we can put any. I would have to figure out how to put a metric on this. How are we gonna actually figure out just how far and wide we've gone? Maybe okay. So if you're hearing this and you're not on the YouTube channel yet, let's see how many followers we can get on this YouTube channel over the course of this challenge. That would be part of this, that we could actually see a difference. So if you are on YouTube, so many of us have YouTube accounts, right? Going there and looking for Project Die Hard and be a subscriber to the channel. I challenge you to go there and do that. And same with the Facebook group. Go there and follow us there. You will be able to hear when things are coming up. You'll know it because you can get notified. You can opt in to be able to get notified of these events that are happening and when there's activity going on there. And then you'll really know the latest and greatest as it's happening, because Brian is amazing. For as busy as he is, he's really good at letting people know what's going on. So if you really want to be on the inside scoop, go and subscribe, like all those things. Go and actually follow us closely there, and you'll get those updates as they're happening. So I'm just going to ask Kurt if you have any last thoughts here that you want to make sure everybody is aware of, as we are here. We are here every Monday night with the Mission Monday update. So any last thoughts from you?
I mean, just hearing you talk about what Brian does for us, I mean, he is more than happy to have people join our team and offlift that for him so that he could, kind of, apply his energies into other, presidential, nonprofit president activities. And, I'm thinking of with the challenges, I'm thinking of, I was talking earlier about our friend Edwin, Chief Happiness Officer at HMP, Happy Neighborhood Project, and then Barry Shore, our Ambassador of Joy. And it'd be something to outreach to them and see if they'd want to, give us a little, mantra for our, fill the can. And then we're still looking for Easter Bunny to come and challenge. Santa challenged the Easter Bunny, but we're waiting for the Easter Bunny to kind of come forward and be available for that. So yeah, exciting developments here with everything we're doing, and we appreciate everybody that is involved and all the resources we have presently. And we're just ready to grow, and we're honored if you're that person that might have some ideas for us and things worth discussing. So please do contact us. And also, Sue, you're talking about challenging to subscribe and join and so forth. But I like to go that step further and say, I really want to challenge you to invite others, like maybe go out there and invite 10 people or more, and whatever you can do, and share it out there so others have the opportunity to also like, join, subscribe, and all of that. So, Sue, what else we got to do? We're about ready here to button it up. So I'll leave it to you.
Awesome. Well, again, we are ambassadors here with Project Die Hard. Happy to help in any way we can and answer any questions you may have. So reach out. We are easy to reach. Again, Susan at projectdiehard.org and Kurt at projectdiehard.org. If you want to reach out and actually join us here with the podcast directly, there is a specific email address for that as well, Monday at projectdiehard.org. And for volunteering, again, super easy. volunteer@projectdiehard.org. We would love to find out what you can do to join in and hop on the bandwagon, because we are having fun. We are making a difference. The whole point and an objective here at Project Die Hard is bringing hope to veterans. You can do that too. We all have a piece that we can do with that. So join in the effort, join the fun, join in. It is worth your time. So let's get that word out there and figure it out with us. See what we can do. And there you go. You got a phone number that you can directly reach us. And there it is. So thank you so much. We will be back here next Monday. We are always here on Monday nights for the Project Die Hard Mission Monday update. We are here at 6:30 p.m. Central on all of our channels. So tune in, subscribe so you can get those notices of when we're going live. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.